The city of Lagos is the future for a greater Nigeria. A city experiencing purposeful and visionary governance and leadership to maintain its mantra as a center of excellence. This is the city we love talking about on the City of Lagos TV show. Welcome. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's official engagements in recent times was characterized by several court visits to Mr. Governor by professional institutions, socio-cultural organizations, and of course, key federal agencies. Mr. Governor also attended key local and international events in the city of Lagos as part of his official itinerary. So let's bring you a detailed news catalog of Mr. Governor's activities in recent times from the Governor's Office platform on the City of Lagos TV show on TV Nigeria. First, we're going to be reeling out the various recent court visits to Mr. Governor on this platform after this timeout. We'll be right back. And now to court visits to Mr. Governor. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu recently received in audience the Comptroller General of the Nigeria Immigration Service, Kemi Nana Nandap, and their team on a court visit to Mr. Governor at the State House. Apart from the purpose of acquainting Mr. Governor of the strategic initiatives, operational upgrade and efforts of the service in the southwest region of the country, the CG appealed to the Governor to consider the integration of the NIS into the State Security Council.
I'm on a border tour, the southwest border tour. That's Idiroko and Seme-border. And Lagos is the first port of call, which is Seme-border. And the purpose of this border tour is actually to assess the border, to see the conditions under which my men operate, and also to see how best we can improve our borders. I also want to inform you that we've been very active in Lagos State. As you know, Lagos has all three borders. You have land border, sea border, and the air as well. So that makes Lagos State a very, very active corridor for a lot of trans-border crimes, a lot of smuggling of migrants, trafficking persons, just to name a few of them. And like I said, our command here in Lagos is very active in terms of apprehending these crimes. We've had cases where we've repatriated over 60 non-Nigerians in just a space of a month. And, we want to activate some of these things in Lagos State. And we also want to partner with Lagos State in terms of internal security for the state and for the good people of Lagos State. We know Lagos is a center of excellence, and we also want to let you know that we are also making sure that we are on top of our game in terms of border management. And I want to use this opportunity as well to impress upon the governor that NIS not being a part of the core security meetings in the state is an aberration. Because first of all, not only do we secure the borders, we also make sure that all those coming in, whoever comes in, is our business. We have that data. We profile the non-Nigerians. We have this data that can be very actionable for the state. So I'm impressing and I'm actually appealing to the governor to include us in that core security, committee of the state.
Mr. Governor, on his part, did not only admonish the NIS for a job well done, despite certain challenges, but promised his government's continued support to the NIS and to equally carry out due consultations based on its request.
In terms of your activity in the Southwest, I'm sure you see things for yourself. I also know that Seme-border, for example, is one of the very high-end IT-driven data posts that we have in our country, because I have actually seen it, and I know that it depletes, first-class service at that level. But in all of it, there will still be challenges, So it's really to rise up to those challenges and see how you can still resolve them, create a level of confidence for your men, encourage them, and let them see that, it's a service that they have to be continually professional, because they are actually, they depict, what government stands for. I mean, people will meet with them and people will judge government by the level of service, that they render, and the kind of cooperation they receive, from them. Having said that, it's really to assure you, because the SSG I was looking at her, she actually coordinates, other forms of security, power security operatives that are out of security, council. But you've made an appeal, and so I will sort knowledge, I will sort counsel, and I will not claim to know it all, and see, that whilst we don't want to make it a floodgate, we want to make it as strategic as possible. That's the plan that we had, and that's how we've been running it. We will be strategic in it. That is not a flood. We're not opening a floodgate, which, because security itself, it's a security, and it's only if you have a need for it that we'll pass on those information. So, but we'll look at it. In terms of support, we'll continue to do. We've done. Even I personally have done. I'm sure maybe the passport people will tell you. I don't know if they are here. I personally donated a generator, personally, not state government now, to passport. That is your highest location, but we'll continue to support.
The recent Kotsu visit by a delegation of the Chartered Institute of Taxation of Nigeria, led by the National President and Chairman in Council, Barrister Samuel Agbeluye, was not only to appeal to Mr. Governor to kindly fulfill some of his promises to the Institute, but was to also bring to the attention of the Governor on the strategic importance and need to drive public tax advocacy in the state.
You made a promise in that conference, which we are still expecting you to fulfill. I will, off this address, give you this day of the promise so that we can follow up on it. And similar to that, I've been in the same meeting with the chairman of LRS in the past 8-9 days. Now, if the chairman of LRS attends a meeting and the president of CITN attends the meeting, who is supporting the president of CITN? Our annual dues is 7,500. And many people are not paying. So, sir, we need your support. Other reasons why we are here. Your Excellency, sir, as I mentioned earlier, the Institute has long awaited this opportunity to personally express our heartfelt gratitude to you. And so, in addition to other things we do, because advocacy takes a lot of money, and I know you are quite aware of the journey that the step that our dear president of this country is taking concerning setting up a committee. Immediately he came on board last year. One of the first comments he made was he was not supporting multiplicity of taxes, and that was not what he. And thereafter he set up a presidential committee, and I'm privileged to be part of that committee. The report has been submitted, and we know the National Assembly will soon pass that into law. It will require a lot of training.
Mr. Governor, in his response, did not only assure his government's support to the Institute, but also attested to the fact that vigorous tax advocacy and education at the government's level is crucial to fulfill expected development targets.
Lagos continues to carry the real burden, the burden, of the center of excellence, of the economic nerve center of the country. But we're still shortchanged by what we believe is also due, given the enormous responsibility that is also behind us. We want people to hold us accountable, but we also want people to be responsive. We don't want a situation where people are benefiting from the interventions of government, but they're also not playing their part. I see a commonality in that space. So that's why all your plan around advocacy, around education, around ensuring that people need to understand and know that this is important. tax to GDP ratio in our country is one of the lowest, not only in sub-Saharan or in Africa, but in the world. And so we need to be able to play, that role and let people see the essence and the need. But we're happy with our leadership in LIRS. I keep saying to them that they've not reached their peak yet. They are far from it. So whatever it is that you are planning to celebrate, so what we'll probably just push that number forward so that they will defer and delay the celebration, so that they will not get complacent and believe that it is hooray. It is not hooray, because we believe that the capacity is there. The capacity to do more, the capacity to bake a bigger, tax revenue base, which also will help us, a bigger capacity for us to deliver.
As the grand patron of Oriwu Club, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu received in audience the new president and chairman of the Board of Trustees of Oriwu Club, who paid the governor a courtesy visit at the State House, Alausa Ikeja. The newly elected president of the club, who admonished Mr. Governor for his great contribution to the state, reeled out a number of laudable CSR developmental initiatives and projects embarked upon by the club.
Let me seize this opportunity to thank Mr. Governor for giving us this audience in spite of a very tight schedule, and also for being the first governor to be installed as our grand patron within the premises of Oriwu Club Ikorodu in December 2022. At the investiture, we made a request to officially visit Mr. Governor in his office to acquaint you of the progress made by our club and to express our support for the team's agenda of your government. The club hereby commends Mr. Governor for the impressive infrastructural development in the state, especially in the area of mass transportation, with the commencement of Red Line in a few days' time, in addition to the existing Blue Line. The recent upgrade of Lagos State Polytechnic Ikorodu to Lagos State University of Science and Technology, the commissioning of B.O. Benson Estate, Ibeshi Road, Ikorodu, with work already commenced on the second phase, and also the commissioning of Imota Rice Mill are some of the notable and outstanding achievements of the administration in Ikorodu Division. And these deserve our highest commendations. Oriwu Club Ikorodu, the premier club in the Ikorodu Division, hereby expresses our unreserved gratitude to the governor and government of Lagos State for the support given to us by the state government over the years, especially in respect of our great hall, now Shominjai Simi Hall, and our conference room commissioned by Mr. Governor during your investor in December 2022. Being a social club, we are not unaware of our corporate social responsibilities, CSR, in our immediate community and even beyond. Thus, we have continued to fill the identified gaps in our community. Some of the major CSR projects executed in the last few years as follows: donation of 50 laptops to IDRDG for computer-based test, reconstruction of Agbala Pediatric Center, General Hospital Annex, Ikorodu, where two structures were merged to one structure, and with supply of all medical equipment to the center. This was a significant CSR project in commemoration of our 50th anniversary last year.
Governor Sanwo-Olu, who was full of praises for the club executive and members for their supportive role in state development, assured them of his government's determination to advance the development of the state.
Oriwu Club is synonymous with success, is synonymous with the growth part, and is synonymous with the true Ikorodu. Your government that you have come to pay courtesy visit to is very appreciative, and we want to thank you for the support. You continue to give our government, the very positive criticism when it's necessary that you give us, but also the recognition of our modest achievements and all of the impactful, projects and programs that were pushed, to ensure that the state continue to run and run well.
And finally, on courtesy visits, in appreciation for the great, tremendous support by the Lagos State Governor, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, to the University of Lagos, informed the Vice Chancellor of the university and a team to pay courtesy visit to Mr. Governor. The Vice Chancellor, Professor Folashade Ogunshola, expressed her appreciation this way.
We've come really to congratulate you on all your achievements and to also show how proud the University of Lagos is of a very worthy alumnus of the university. We also came to thank you for always having us in mind. You have been one of our greatest supporters, and we don't take it for granted. We had NUGA, our sports facilities, and you were a major part of raising the standard of that, got us the FASU games. It's really raised the bar of university games in Nigeria from NUGA, and now we're going to the Federation, and we're a standard. That's why they came for the FASU. But it's not only that, you've supported us in terms of academia. And I think one could go on, but we wanted to come here and also to give you a little token of our appreciation and that you're very well loved at the University of Lagos. Thank you very much.
As an alumni of the university, the governor attested to the fact that UNILAG is a highly respected institution that has given tertiary education a lot of respect and dignity.
We see university education as not just a responsibility that we needed to focus on. We see it as a beacon of the future. We see it as an opportunity for us to rewrite the wrong, whatever it is that we believe, we can correct with tertiary education. We believe it's important for us to make that point. So that's why, as a government, we took that bold step to move from one state university to 3 state universities because of our commitment and our belief in tertiary education. And this is driven from foundation that University of Lagos have given to the likes of myself and my SFZ. But having said that, it's really for us to ask, how do we now take that forward? Some other people have baked it and they've run it for 60 years or so. What's the vision for another 40, 50 years? How do we ensure that in the committee of universities, UNILAG continues to take a rightful position and it places itself, not just, a center of learning, but also a centerpiece, and an environment that promotes skills, that promotes innovation, entrepreneurship, and all of the things that, is emerging in the world of the future.
Away now from courtesy visits to Mr. Governor, let's now bring you key major events from the Governor's office after this break. To other stories now, the Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, led government through the Ministry of Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation in Lagos State has again shown its total commitment and determination to empower youths in Lagos State through its 19 skill acquisition centers across the state, with the recent graduation of 5,512 graduates in various special skilled professions for the 2023-2024 calendar year program. Mr. Governor, at the occasion, challenged the graduates to use the acquired skills to better their future and the state.
I'm proud to see the growth and the transformation that is happening. The Honorable Commissioner mentioned that in the last 5 years, we've done over almost 25,000 graduates like this. That's a large number. And today's graduation, I can see you're all dedicated, you're all confident, and you've been self-empowered. You're ready to use the skills that you've just found. You're ready to take the energy that is in you. You're ready to take it forward, to go and challenge and conquer the world. You have equipped yourself with invaluable skills that will form the foundation of your future. You are now part of the growing economy. What do I say? You are now part of the Lagos economy. So don't let anybody put you down. Don't let anybody make you feel less of yourself. Don't let anybody feel or make you feel that what you have learned will not take you to another higher level. Tell them with boldness, with courage, with everything I have, that see me, I finished my graduation and I'm going to the next level. Tell yourself I'm going to the next. And is what our motivational speaker has encouraged us to do. I will rehash and I will say them to you again. He has said us that one thing we should not do, we should not live above our means.
The just concluded Lagos State Fiscal Planning Summit with the theme Rethinking Lagos, a New Vision and Integrated Megacity was indeed a thought-provoking session with various speakers expressing divergent critical views and opinion around exploring strategies to address pressing issues of implementation, investment, sustainability, and fiscal service delivery. For Governor Sanwo-Olu will declare the summit open, describing the theme as apt, challenged town planners and complementary professionals to rise up to the occasion to bring their wealth of experience to bear to change the dynamics and future of realizing the development of a true mega city.
I stand here today with a lot of gratitude, but with great pleasure and with a high sense of responsibility to declare open this conference, the Lagos Planning Summit 2024, which is a pivotal event aimed at reshaping the future of our mega city. And you've all seen, the summit's theme, Rethinking Lagos, a vision for a regional and integrated mega city. We see that it's not only timely, it's apt. But more importantly, the place of a town planner in that mega city construct and how we need to ensure that they take a rightful place. We as leaders can create that opportunity for them. But they themselves as town planners must rise up, must stand up, must be counted to fully be able to take their rightful place. Because indeed, the cities are owned by them. And of course, here today, you can see an array of those city planners and town planners here. To all of you, where is your place in history of that mega city that we've all baked together? How do you want to be remembered? How well are you placing that your role? How well are you standing up? Because he had also told us that you see the lawyers, you see the accountants, you see the doctors standing up. How well are town planners also standing up for themselves and taking their rightful place? I think that's one of the points that you all need to take away from here. And he has also admonished us how not to plan. Because if you don't plan well, you are planning to ensure that things don't go well. Without mentioning name, there's a high-profile place in which is only one road that leads to that place. How did we conceive it? How did we get to that place? I don't want to diminish or reduce the price of that place, so I'll keep quiet. But the truth is, it was all conceived by town planners who truly, really must now think back and ask themselves, have they truly, really planned well for us? Have they truly, really taken their position that is deserving of them? So the question is, what next for TLPs? I remember too well in that cabinet, way back in 2008 or 2009, when we were having incident back-to-back of building collapse. And Sisi Abosede, I was actually the vice chairman of that, and I was not a town planner of that body, where we took almost a week at the Peninsula Resort, envisioning and critiquing what was a problem for us at that time, which led, Mr. Former Governor, to the setup of the various building control agencies, where at that time it was all planning. We didn't have anything around building control, which was some of the things that gave birth to what we now know as LAPCA. I know too well that those were times when we said to ourselves that all of the problems we're facing, we do not wish to confront them again. So this summit is not just for us to come and listen. It's truly, really for us to take note, to challenge ourselves, and to say to ourselves that never again will some things happen in this our mega city.
The commemoration of this year's World Food Day 2024 in Lagos State, christened Eco World Food Day, saw in display through exhibitions and parade the agricultural potentials of the state from different local government areas in Lagos State. The occasion, which was graced by Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, brought to the fore the various agricultural programs and initiatives of the state to improve food security for the millions of Lagosians. Mr. Governor equally used the occasion to reiterate the strategic importance of food in relation to the theme of this year's celebration.
This event, in our view, emphasizes the importance of collective action at developing a sustainable food systems and serves as a call to action to combat food insecurity. It also commemorates the founding of the United Nations Food and Agricultural Organization, FAO, way back in 1945, making a significant milestone in the global fight against hunger. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights recognizes food as a fundamental right and one of humanity's most basic needs. Every year, member nations, including our great country Nigeria, come together to improve food security, to reduce poverty, and essentially to address hunger. Lagos is not an exception. We see this global initiative highlights a shared responsibility to ensure that we have a better livelihoods through efficient and effective accessibility to nutritious food. And so this year's theme, which is right to food for a better life and a better future, speaks truly to the essence of why we're in government. It speaks directly to the challenges of ongoing food security which we have worldwide. Food is indeed a right. Food for a better life and for a better future cannot be better imagined. Food is not just an essential for survival, but it's also the cornerstone for a prosperous and a stable nation. A country that ensures its citizens have access to food is not only strong and independent, it's also a nation that we believe is resilient and can absorb shocks at all times. While food insecurity undermines national stability and it could lead to reliance of foreign aid or food stamps. Therefore, your state, Lagos State, despite being the smallest in the country, it has the largest population, with almost 25% of its territory covered by body of water. We face a unique challenge in achieving our state food security. My administration is fully committed to addressing these challenges. We are focused on strengthening the agricultural value chain to reduce food prices, ensure a strategy to develop an effective food reserve system, and ensure food sufficiency. One of the ways in which we're achieving this is first by looking internally. We have since rebranded the Ministry of Agriculture to now be known as the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Systems.
And finally, from the Governor's Office segment on the City of Lagos TV show, the Lagos State Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu-led administration, successfully commenced and championed a new era of rail mobility in Lagos with the recent successful commencement of the Lagos Red Line passenger operations during a tour ride on the Red Line train in Lagos. Mr. Governor, who spoke on board and off board the train with the presence of government officials, dignitaries, and the press, spoke on the route operations, benefits, advantages, and future expectations about the Red Line rail mobility. For Mr. Governor, it is simply a promise made and a promise kept.
So we're leaving Yaba Station now. We're on our way to Mushin Station. It's a new call on public transportation on a commercial basis in Lagos. It's taking a lot of pain, a lot of commitment, but we're here to carry those hundreds and thousands of passengers on a daily basis. Let us even get our bearing, right? Once we get a critical mass, right, we will now be able to see how well, we can make it a lot more, affordable. But you do the numbers as well, right? If you need to leave from Ebutemeta or Oyinbo and travel all the way to Agbado, check it and see what it will cost you, on other forms of public transportation. And the fare is not one fare. It will take you, if it has a differentiating fare, which they will explain, to passengers in due course. So it's not going to be just a one fare, fit all. So it's not one stop to one stop. You are paying, that amount. But like we said, we're here to support our citizens, to make life meaningful for them, and more importantly, is to make their journey more predictable. We don't want you sitting in traffic for hours when you can hop on the train and in less than 40 minutes, 45 minutes, you can go from the farthest end, on this train to all the way to Agbado and vice versa. So you can imagine what it will do at peak hours. So you can imagine the number of passengers that this will be carrying. So for us, it's promise made, promise kept, right? And want to assure you that sometime next year, the new trains will arrive. The new trains are brand new as well, right? They're a lot more comfortable than this, and everything will speak to excellence at the highest level. So, we're indeed happy that we can start with what we have and we'll continue to improve upon it, as we move along. We just came down from the train at Ikeja station, and it took us exactly 34 minutes from Oyinbo. And we had to stop at Yaba, we stopped at Mushin, we stopped at Oshodi, we stopped at Ikeja, where we are right now. So, as you can see, it's been an outstanding experience. It's an experience that we believe will help solve public transportation issues in Lagos. It's an experience that we believe will reduce journey time for our citizens. It's an experience that we believe will ease connectivity. And you can see the train is moving again. It's still going to Agege. It's going to Iju before it gets to Agbado. But we opted to stop here. And I'm sure that all of you have seen that what we're about is about ensuring that we can fulfill all of our promises, especially on the red line. Haven't fulfilled similar promise on the blue line.
Keeping Lagosians abreast with the business of governance from the perspective of the governor's office is one of our major prerogatives on the City of Lagos TV show. Join us again for another robust package on TV Nigeria. The City of Lagos TV show will continue in a moment. If Lagos is your dream city, keep hope alive until we come your way again next week. Thanks for watching.